Now, how to check a condition like that? So first we will look into that, because while you create a table dynamically, you should also ensure whether the table has been already created or not. So how to ensure whether the table is already created or not? So this is the methodology. Now I'm going to check it out whether if this academics table is not created. Okay, if it is not created, I have to create this table. And if it is already created, I have to simply ignore this. Now, how to write a PHP code for that? So I will use PHP MySQLi procedural method here. So you know three methods: MySQLi, object-oriented method, procedural method, and also PDO method. So I will use MySQL procedural method, so which uses a simple structure for connectivity. Okay. Now, first I have to ensure whether a connection can be established or not. So what should I do? Now understand my problem. I have to ensure whether the table academics is created or not. If the table academic is created, then I should simply ignore it. If it is not created, then I have to create a table here inside the database called as IT. Okay. Now listen here. First, I want to check it out, connection. And to connect it with MySQL, I have to use MySQLi underscore connect here. So the first parameter is called as localhost. The second parameter is called as a username. The username is called as root here. Password is empty password. And now, which database I want to verify? I have to give the fourth parameter as a database. The database here is called as IT database. So I want to verify inside IT database whether the table has been created or not. So what I'm doing, I just give the database name here as the fourth parameter. So now in the earlier connections or earlier programming structures, we have only 3 parameters. But in this case, I'm having 4 parameters because I want to ensure whether the table is created inside the database or not. So you have to mention what is the database over here. So I give the IT. IT is the database which I have to verify whether table is created or not. So this connection, if this connection is established successfully, so what happens if this connection is true? Immediately it will report me an error that connection is established. So if connection is true, so how to ensure connection is true? So if $CON, of course, if it is true, then you will get a message called as connection established. Else echo connection not established. Okay. Now, what table I have to create here? Now, listen carefully. I have to create a table called as academics. Okay. Now, I want to ensure whether the table is already created or not. This is a major problem here. Now, we are going inside the database and check it out whether the table is created or not. Now, for sake of understanding, now listen here, I will just ensure that whether the connection is executing properly or not. Yes, connection is executing properly. That means it is able to connect with the database. So no issues. Now listen carefully. Now I have to ensure, go inside the database and check it out whether the table is created or not. What is the table? I have to check it out. What is the name of the table? I have to check whether it is created or not. What is the name of the table? I have to check. Academic. So now listen here. I create SQL query. I create SQL. SQL, it's not SQL. You can give any name here. So what table I have to ensure? So select. Use this query called as select one from. What is the name of the table? The name of the table is called as academic. Okay, so select one academics. If this table already exists over here, this SQL will return a positive value. So select one. If I run this, it will return a Boolean value called as true when I run this query. If this table does not exist, then actually it will return a false value over here. Now what I'm going to do is, listen here. So if I want to run this one, so I use the value called as bool. Bool is a variable name, Boolean variable. Now I want to ensure run this query. So to run this, I use MySQL underscore query, because in procedural oriented language, to run a query, you have to use this command called as MySQL underscore query. So the first parameter is called as connection object, And the second parameter is called as the query here. The second parameter is query. Query is given in SQL here. Now, when I run this, if this table already exists over there, then this will return a positive value called as true. Okay. If it returns a negative value called as false, that means table is not existing over here. Now listen here. So if I give like this, if dollar bool equal to true, if it is equal to true, then echo table already exists. Table already exists. Else table does not exist here. Else echo table does not exist. Does not exist. So I will just run this here. Now you will just get a message that table exists here. Now see here, table already exists. That means that table is present over there. Okay, if that table is present, I should not create that table. Now listen here, what I'm going to do, I will delete this table. So how to delete it? Select the table, then go to operations here. Now we just come down. You will have there are two options. Empty the table. Empty the table means all the data inside the table will get deleted. To remove the table, you have to use this option, delete the table or drop the table. Now listen here, academic is gone. Only academic 1 exists. Only one table I have inside my database. Now listen carefully. Now I'll run it again. Now what I'm getting the message? I'm getting table does not exist. So what I said, if table does not exist, what should I do? If table does not exist, what should I do?
We should create the table.
Yes, we should create a table. Okay, so exactly. So now I just go to this false condition here, else here, table does not exist. Now, how to create a table? Listen carefully. Now we just write this command again, SQL. So how to create a table? So create table, and what is the name of the table? It is called as academic. So it should have the parameter called as name. Name is varchar of 20. The data type is varchar here. Now the next one is age. Age is integer, and again register number varchar of 20. Okay. Now this is the query here. Now to execute this query, what should I do? I have to again run this mysqli underscore query. Now to run this, use bool variable here. Bool equal to mysqli underscore query, and I run it connection query. So it is not query, it is called as SQL here. So query name is given as SQL over here. So now what I'm doing, so if the table already exists, then this connection will, this boolean value will return a true value. That means table already exists. So suppose if this boolean value return false, then table does not exist. So it goes to the else part. I create the table with the help of the query. So when I run this command called as mysqli underscore query, and if I give this query inside that, the table will be created. Now listen carefully. The table will be created. You can just give here echo table created. Okay, so just run it. Now listen here. You can see here there's not any table called as academics here. Now table is created here. Just I will go and verify whether it is created or not. Just refresh it. Now you can see here the table called as academic is there, and it should have 3 fields, and it has name, age, and register number. If you just verify the structure of it, you can see here name, age, and register number. Okay, this is how in real-time databases it is the table is getting verified. Okay, if table is not created, automatically it should create, and automatically it should push the value. So no manual creation or no manual pushing of the data is permitted as far as real-time project is concerned. Everything should be automated. Okay, if table is not there, it should be created. If it is already exists, data should be pushed. Automatic delete should happen. Automatic dropping of the table should happen, because the users who are going to use your product are non-technical people. They don't know how to create a table, how to connect with the data, all these things. So you should provide proper interfaces of creating the table, all these things. It should be automatically done. Everything should be structured here. So that is the reason why you have to check the table, and if it is not created, you have to create it. Okay, so this is how you have to create a table dynamically by checking whether it is existing or not. So in the last class, what we have discussed is we have created tables here in the last class. But today we'll be learning about how to push the data inside the table. How to push the data inside the table. So I have already created a table called as academics here. So I will push the data inside that. Now listen carefully. This is a method of MySQLi object oriented. So I created using procedural oriented. So it is in which method you are creating doesn't matter over here. Now I'm going to use push the data using object oriented method here. So MySQLi, so it has 4 parameters here. You can see here, server name is called as a localhost, username is called as root, password is empty, and DB name, the name of the database here I'm using is called as IT over here. So this is to verify whether the connection is established or not. So connect error, if it is returned true, then the connection has been failed over here. So we just ignore that. Now I come to the next part. How to insert the data here. Now insert into is called as a query name, and my guess is called as table name here. So I want to insert the data inside the table called as my guess here. So my guess table is having 3 fields over here: the first name, last name, and email. So everything is in order: first name, last name, and email. Okay, so inside this fields I have to push the respective values over here. The first name should take up the value called as John, last name should take up the value called as Dio, and email should take up this value called as johnexample.com. So all these values will be pushed over here. Now again, to run the query, you have to use the connection string over here and then use query. When the query is executing successfully, obviously it will return a message called as true. So either you compare with the value of true, or you can simply use connection query inside the if condition. If it is true, automatically it will run, no issue. So there's no need for comparison here. So this is a high level structured code. Okay. Now, if a record is created, so you will get the message called as the record has been created successfully. Or otherwise, you will get an error. For what reasons you are getting the error will be displayed by this command called as connection arrow error here. Okay. Now, I will tell you how to insert the data inside the table called as academics. Okay. Using MySQL object-oriented connection. Now listen carefully. So how to use this one? So last I explained the method called as object oriented and procedural oriented. Now I will explain object oriented. Listen carefully. So now to explain this, just use connection here. Use new of this object oriented. So use new of MySQLi. Then the first parameter is called as localhost parameter. The second one is called as root here. And the third one is called as a user password here. And the fourth one is called as a database name here called as IP. Okay. Now how to check connection has been established or not? Okay. If connection has been established, you will get this one, connection dot connect underscore error. So if it is returning true, then obviously there is an error in the connection. So echo connection failed. Okay, if this is false, then obviously you will connection is established. Connection established. So you get this message. So this is for debugging purposes we are using. Now you have to insert the data here. So how to insert? Now write the query here. So insert into. So what is the table name where I have to insert? The table name is called as academic. Academic, it is not, it is academic or academics. It is academic. Okay. So I will check it out the parameters here. Name is the first parameter, second one is age, and third one is register number. Okay. Now listen here. Okay. So now the first one is called as name, second one is called as age, and third one is called as register number. Now insert the values inside these fields. Now listen here, the name is actually a varchar. So varchar will always accept a data called a string over here. So a string should be flanked by single quotes over here. A string should be flanked by single quotes. If I do like this, say for example, I want to push my name. Now this is wrong, because since this is a string, because name is going to accept the data called as varchar. Varchar is called a string. So string should be flanked by single quotes over here. So I put the data like this. Okay, so it should be flanked by single quotes or double quotes, anything you can use. Now second data. So what is the second data? Age is actually an integer one. Okay, so age is integer one. What I'm doing is I just push my age over here. So age should be integer, so it should not be flanked by single quotes over here. And the third one, register number, is also an character here. Even if it is integer, it should be flanked by, let us understand my register number is 3604. It's my register number. Okay, even though it is number, but it is going to accept only string over here, so it should be flanked by this. Are you able to understand? The first data is called as varchar, and the third data is also called as varchar, but the middle data is actually an integer here. So integer should not be flanked by single quotes. So I just write the number as it is. Okay. Now I close this one. So this is a query. So query starts over here, query ends over here, and finally you have to terminate with the help of a semicolon here. Now to execute this, so what should I do? I have to verify whether it is executing or not. So I use the connection variable con and then use query here. Query. Okay. And what is the name of the query here? Query is called as SQL. So if this is successfully executing, this entire statement will be returning the value called as true. So if it returns true, then data has been inserted already. So I just print echo data or record inserted, else echo error. So error, and I just highlight what is the reason for error here. So I use con-error. So it tell me what is the reason for this error here. Now I will verify here. Listen here, what I'm going to push it. I'm going to push my name, my age, and register number here. Then if it is getting executed successfully, this will return the value called as true. If it returns true, I will get a message called as record inserted. So if then something goes wrong in this, then I should get this message. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is just I run this one and I'll verify whether the data is getting inserted inside the academic table or not. Now I get the connection established and record inserted. Yes. Now I'll verify that record has been inserted inside academics here. Now see here, my records has been inserted inside the table. Okay, so what I have done is I have used a method called as object-oriented method using MySQLi to insert the data inside the table called as academic here. Okay, now listen carefully. Suppose I want to insert the data for academic 1. And you see what is the structure of academic 1 here. So academic 1, the serial number, you can see here serial number is auto increment. That means no need to insert the data for this. So because it will get automatically incremented. But I have to insert data for this one. Register number, name, and email. I have to insert the data. Okay. Now I have 4 fields, but I have to insert only 3 data here. 4th data will be automatically generated here. That means the first data will be automatically getting generated here. So what should I do to insert this? Listen carefully. So serial number will be automatically generated. That's what yesterday I have written a query for auto increment value. Now listen here. how to insert inside academic 1. So I take up this one, instead of academic, I write academic 1 and see what is the first, which data I have to insert first. I want to insert register number. So register number should be the first one. Second one. What is the second data I want to insert? I have to insert name here. And third data is called as email. Okay, so register number, I insert something like 3, 4, 5, 6. And the next is name here. So I insert Venkat. Venkat is the name. And third one is called as an email. So I just write venkat@gmail.com. Okay, so now see here, academic 1 is having 4 parameters or 4 fields, but I'm trying to insert only 3 fields over here. The reason is the first field is an auto-generated field, so automatically it will generate the numbers here. Now listen here, how to insert here. I'm not mentioning the first field here. I'll run here. Now we are getting record inserted. Now see here, just go and click academic 1. Now you can see here, see 3, 4, 5, 6 has been inserted, name is inserted, and Venkat Gmail has been inserted, and see the serial number, it is generating 1. Suppose if I insert another data, I use 3000 and I use Santosh and san@gmail.com. Now I try to insert here. I refresh it once again. If I run this, just go here. When I click academic, now you can see here there are 2 values here. Okay, so the second data is also getting inserted, but serial number will be automatically given as 2 over here. So I'm not inserting the first record here. The remaining second to fourth record I try to insert here, so automatically it is getting incremented. So this is the way of inserting the data inside the table. Do you have any doubts in this? Any doubts? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, make it fun.
No,
Okay,
sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
So people who are listening, see, since we are virtually connected, you have to. I'm not able to monitor who is able to understand, who is able to catch it up, and all. Physically verify, I cannot verify it because this is a serious drawback, and it's nothing effective. Yes, but tell me, ba.
சார் இப்போ ஆட்டோ இன்க்ரிமெண்ட் கொடுத்துட்டு நாம வேல்யூ வந்து தப்பா என்டர் பண்ணா என்ன ஆகும் சார்? அப்போ
ஆட்டோ இன்க்ரிமெண்ட் கொடுத்துட்டாலே நம்ம வந்து வேல்யூவே அது கொடுக்க கூடாது.
கொடுத்தா எரரா சார் கொரியல?
கொடுத்தா வந்து இதை நான் இன்ன வரைக்கும் அதை நான் பண்ணி பார்த்ததில்ல. அப்போ நான் பண்ணி பார்த்து சொல்றேன், ஏன்னா இது வரைக்கும் நான் ட்ரை பண்ணதில்லை. ஆனால் ஆட்டோ இன்க்ரிமெண்ட் கொடுத்தாலே அது ஆட்டோவா டேட்டா பேஸா எடுக்கிறதுக்காக கொடுக்கறது தான். ஓகே
ஓகே சார்.
ஆட்டோ இன்க்ரிமெண்ட் தான் சார் ஆகும், அது நம்ம கொடுத்த வேல்யூ எடுத்துக்கிறாது.
என்னப்பா, ஒன்ஸ் அகைன் கம் அகைன்.
ஆட்டோ இன்க்ரிமெண்ட் தான் சார் ஆகும், நம்ம கொடுக்குற வேல்யூ எடுத்துக்கிறாது.
Yes, of course. Okay, I'll check it out because I have not tried like that. Okay, I'll verify and say to you. Okay. I hope that now you know how to create a database dynamically, how to create a table dynamically, and how to insert the data inside this. Suppose if I give you a small project of doing that, can you do it? If I ask you to create a specific database and then I ask you to insert a set of records inside a table, can you do it with the help of PHP now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you can use any options here. So you can use any one, three methods are there. You can use any of the methods for inserting the data inside, but the remaining 2 methods I have to explain. Okay, now I go to the next one. So now so far what you have seen is inserting the data inside object-oriented procedure. Now the second one is inserting the data using MySQLite procedure here. So MySQLite procedure, so only the command differs here. So instead of you are going to use MySQLite connect here, the rest of the things are same here. So the same method you are going to use. Now listen carefully. I will explain how to insert the data with the help of MySQLi procedure. Actually, this is the simplest method when compared to others because procedural oriented will be executing in a sequential fashion and it's also simple to understand. So no need to just remember the objects and all. Now, this method, I will try to insert it. Listen carefully. So you can use any methods here. Okay. So I just go here. I use MySQLi underscore connect. So this is the instruction which is used to establish the connection between the database server. So the rest of the 4 parameters are same. I want to connect with the database called as IT. I have given it here. Now I want to verify whether the connection has been established or not. So this actually falls to the category of object-oriented procedure. But I want to connect with procedural oriented. So if I make like this not connection, that means connection is not established, means I just make it as connection failed. Okay, if it returns false, connection failed here. So else I will write connection established, no issues. Now echo connection established. Okay. Now, I will try to insert with academic table. So register number, name and email, and I insert another value here. Say for example, 4000 and so Suresh at gmail.com. Okay. Now to execute the query, when you come for MySQLi procedural oriented MySQLi, you have to write MySQLi underscore query here. So if it executes successfully, now what happens? This condition will be returning true. So the first option is the connection here. First parameter is called as connection and the second parameter is called as SQL query. Okay. Now, if this is executed successfully, if it returns true, then record is inserted. And if it is false here, then I should just write like this, MySQLi underscore error here. Or otherwise, I simply make it as error here, no issues. So now I run this one. Listen carefully. So same procedure, only the commands differ. Instead of new MySQLi, I am using MySQLi underscore connect. And for running execute query, I am using MySQLi underscore query. That's the only difference. Now listen here, when I run it, so record inserted successfully. I just go and check it out. So in academic, there should be 3 records. Yes, you are getting the 3rd record here. Okay. So this is, I'm inserting with the help of MySQL procedural oriented method. And the last method is a very important method because it actually breaks the barriers of databases. So MySQLi is only meant for connecting with MySQL databases. But if you have Oracle database or if you have Postgres or if you have Firebase, then you cannot use this procedure called as MySQLi procedure. In that case, you have to definitely go for the procedure, the 3rd procedure called as PDO, PHP data objects. So I'll tell you how to connect with PHP data objects also. Now, just here. So inserting the data using PHP data objects. Now, first one, you have to mention what is the name of the server. So server name is localhost here. Then you have to mention what is the DB name. DB name is nothing but it is called as database name. So in this case, I have to mention IT here. The next one is password, username and password here. So same procedure, but the only difference is instead of using MySQLi query, you have to use EXEC. EXEC means it is called as execute here. Connection arrow execute. That means it will run the query over here. Now I will just run this one. Okay. Now just whenever you just go for PDO, you try to incorporate inside try catch block, because try catch block will be efficient here. Okay. So inside try block, I run con equal to new of PDO. PDO is called as PHP data object. So first parameter I have to mention. So which database I want to connect? So I have to connect with MySQL. So I have to connect with MySQL. So what is the name of the host? Host means the system where your MySQL is located. So host equal to localhost. And the next one, I have to mention what is the DB name. So use DB name here, and DB name is IT. IT is called as a DB name. So everything should be in one parameter, one string parameter here. Even though I have two values here, one represents the localhost, another represents the database name here, then it should be inside the single double quotes here, separated by semicolon here. The first parameter is localhost, name of the host. The second parameter is the database name. Now, the second parameter, you have to give the username here. The username is called as root username. Host. Now, in the previous case, what we used to do, we will have a fourth parameter as far as MySQL is concerned. But in this case, we are giving the database name here itself. Okay, so there's no need to mention the fourth parameter here because fourth parameter always represents the database name. Okay, now there's no need to change the query over here. Just I will change the values here. So I'll make 5,000. So ram.gmail.com. So now here is the issue here. So what should I do? So I want to ensure whether the database is getting inserted or not. So how to verify the database getting inserted? Now you have this connection object, use connection object, and then write exec. Exec means it is called as execute here. Okay, and then what is the query I want to run? I want to run the query called as SQL. So I represent it as $SQL. Okay, so once this is getting executed, now I print that record inserted. Okay, now up to this you can do here, and after this, if any error occurs here, either any error occurs in the connection or any error in the SQL, there is something wrong in the SQL, so immediately the error will be thrown to this catch option. Catch. Okay, so there is a specific error class called as PDO exception. So anything which is related to this PDO exception will be catched over here. And I use $S or $E, anything you can use here. Then you just throw echo error, and just give it to mention what is the error here. So it will give you the specifics of the error here. So $S is the variable here, and use this instruction called as get message. Get message here. Okay, now I will just run it here. Now you should have the fifth record inserted there. Okay, so record inserted. Now just go here, you check it out whether the data has been inserted in academic one. Yes, data has been inserted with the number incremented to 4 here. Okay, so these are the three ways to insert the data inside the table over here. Now, your part is now, you should get the data from the HTML. So I should get name, I should get the register number of a student, and I should also get the email of the student. And I have to insert inside the table, which increments automatically. That means if table is not created, you have to create the table and you have to insert. If table is already created, then you have to insert the data alone. I hope you are able to understand what I'm saying. Now listen here, the question is insert name, register number, and okay, let us understand it is marks into a table, into a student info table. Note that input should be given via HTML. Okay, and if table not created, it should be created dynamically. And the database name, database is IT database. So how will you do this? This is a small assignment for you. You either use any method here. Either use MySQLite procedure or object-oriented or PDO. So finally, the data has to be inserted from the HTML document. How will you do this? So the first assignment for you on which is connected with database. And one more thing, listen here. This should have student info should have. I will make it student info should have ID which is auto increment nature. Auto increment. So that means your table should have 4 parameters called as ID, name, register number, and marks. So how will you create a database for this? How will you create?
Sir, first you want to write HTML file, sir.
We have to write a HTML file. Whether HTML file should have 3 fields or 4 fields, Mayappan?
Sir, 3 fields, sir.
Only 3 fields, okay, because I have to insert the data only for 3 fields, so 3 fields is mandatory. Okay, yes. So then what should I do? Next step.
So we want to get the input from the user, and then we want to check whether the table exists or not. If table exists, we can directly insert the data, sir. Otherwise, we should create the table, sir.
Okay, if table is existing, then we have to directly insert inside the table. Otherwise, we should create the table and then you have to insert it. Okay, so nice explanation. Okay, so first I will have to write the PHP alone. Then you can get the data from HTML and do it. Now, what is the PHP? Oh, what should I do? Now listen here. To first, just check with the conditions here. Check with the conditions. So what should I do? So I should first establish a connection now. So connection. So I use MySQLi underscore connect. So I use localhost here. So now username is root, password is empty, and then the database is called as IT database. Okay. So this is the database which I have given in the problem. Now, first I have to ensure whether the connection is getting established here. So connection, if this is true, then obviously connection is established successfully. So connection established. Okay. Now listen carefully. The first step, what I have to do is, I have to check whether the table is existing or not. If the table is existing, I should directly insert it. Okay, if the table is not existing, then I have to create the table. Now listen carefully. So how to verify whether the table is existing or not? So what is the table name I have said? See the problem? The table name is called as student info. Is called as a table name. First, I have to verify whether the table exists inside my database or not. So I write a query here. So query equal to select one from stud info. Okay, so if I run this one, so how to run this? I have a variable called as Boolean variable. To run this, I have to use MySQLi underscore query here. Now, first parameter should be the connection and second parameter should be the query here. Second parameter, I give the query as a parameter. Okay, so what happens if this table exists, then this command will return the value called as true. This Boolean will get a value called as true. That means if it is true, then the table already exists over there. Suppose if Boolean is false, what should I do? What should I do?
We should create the table, sir.
Create the table, exactly. So now if Boolean is false, Boolean equal to false, then I should create a table. So what is the condition for creating the table? I have said there should be 4 parameters. ID should be auto increment and the rest of the 3 parameters should be there. Okay, so come over here. First write the query here, how to create a table. So query is equal to create table. What is the name of the table? Name of the table is studinfo, and it should have the first parameter should be ID, and the nature of ID is integer, and it should be not null, and the parameter should be an auto increment parameter. So you have to write auto underscore increment. Auto increment. Okay. Now the next one is called as name parameter. Just I will abbreviate it. Name parameter. So name should be varchar of 10. So size of it is 10. Now the next is age. Age is integer, and the fourth one is, I forgot the field names here. Okay. So second number name is called as register number, and third one is marks here. So here register number. So register number may be integer or varchar. So I will make it as varchar here. So varchar 10 and marks. Marks should be integer here. So now I have 4 parameters here. One is auto increment parameter, but the remaining 3 are ordinary parameters. But the problem here is whenever I declare any parameter as auto increment parameter, that parameter should be a primary key. Okay, so I have to mention what is the primary key here. So this is the last parameter, isn't it? So at the end of this parameter, I have to write like this: primary key. And what is the primary key here? ID is called as primary key. So close this. That's it. Okay, this is the way of writing the query for auto increment parameters. So write the query like this. Then to execute this query, use here bool is equal to MySQLi underscore query. The first parameter is called as connection, and the next parameter is called as query here. Okay, so here you just give the message called as table created. Table will be created. Okay, so only if the condition is false here, table will be created. If the condition is true, this entire portion will be skipped off. So remaining part I have to insert it, whether condition is created or table is created or not created, data has to be inserted here. Now what should I do? Directly I have to go here, use query again. So insert into table name is studinfo. Oh, what is the first parameter? Name is the first parameter. Second parameter is called as register number, and third parameter is called as marks here. Then values. So values, you have to insert the respective values. Say for example, let us imagine you have collected name here. Name, you have collected my name as okay, and register number IT 101, and the third parameter is called as marks here. So marks equal to 78. Okay. So now I have to insert these values. Listen carefully. Now what is the first parameter? Name is called as varchar parameter. That is a string. So to enter string, what should I use is where the string is, it is inside name. So give name, $name, and before and after this name, you have to enclose this with the help of single quotes like this. Next one, you see what is that? Next is called as register number. Register number is also a character. So use $register number. Since that is also a character, use before and after, you use a single quotes. And the last one is called as marks. Marks is an integer. No need for double quotes here. So directly use marks here, $marks. Okay. Now close this and close this query. Finally, execute the query. That's all. So if they execute the query, what should I do? MySQLi. So if MySQLi underscore query, then use con And what is a query here? It is called as query. So if this condition is true, then data has been inserted. So record inserted. Else echo record not inserted. Okay, so this is the way of doing this. Now you get this parameters, name, register number, and marks from the respective HTML. You know how to get it from its respective HTML. Use $_post and the name of the parameter like this. So you can do like this, that's all. Okay, so hope so you are able to understand. Do you have any queries?